மேம் குட் மார்னிங். நான் பேச கேக்குதா?
கேக்குது மேம்.
ஓகே மேம், தேங்க்யூ.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you start this. Ma'am, shall I start the session, ma'am, with my share the screen now? Okay, ma'am. Okay, proceed.
Very good morning, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. A very good morning to one and all present here. I am Padma, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Vels Institute of Science, Technology and Advanced Studies. On behalf of our department, I take this opportunity to invite our Vice Professor, Department of Information Technology, Sri Krishna Adithya College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. And I am very happy to invite our participants to this national live webinar on IoT and its application. It is a very, very important topic on this time since the IoT technologies has increased from 13% in 2014 to about 25% today. And the worldwide number of IoT devices connected is 43 million by 2023 and almost threefold increase from 2018. The expected connected device in 2025 is 1 trillion devices. So it is very important technology that all of us should know about. Okay? So I welcome all of you. I would like to invite Dr. S. Sarada ma'am to give a welcome address. Over to you, Sarada ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good morning to all of you. We are made for goodness. We are made for the love. We are made for all of the beautiful things. We are made to tell the world that there are no outsiders. All are welcome. With these beautiful quotes, I am here to give a welcome speech. It is my pleasure to welcome you all for this webinar, IoT and its applications, organized by Department of Computer Science, School of Computing Sciences, Vistas. On behalf of Department of Computer Science, I cordially welcome the eminent speaker, Dr.A.Vinoth, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, Sri Krishna Adithya College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. I extend my warm welcome to our beloved Director, School of Computing Sciences, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science, Dr. P. Mailvahanan, all faculty friends of various departments of Vistas, and my dear students. On behalf of CS, at this time, it is my duty to extend our profound gratitude towards our respected founder and chancellor of Vistas, Dr. Isari K. Ganesh, Pro-Chancellor, PND, Dr. A. Jodi Murugan, Pro-Chancellor Academics, Dr. Aarti K. Ganesh, Vice President, Ms. Preeta Ganesh. Also, we wish to express our heartfelt gratitude to our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sriman Narayanan, Registrar, Dr. P. Saravanan, Controller of Examinations, Dr. A. Udayakumar. Once again, I welcome you all. Cherish your knowledge. Have a great day. Thank you. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sharada ma'am. She is from the Department of Computer Science, Vistas. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Now I'd like to welcome Dr. Renuka Devi, Department of Computer Science, to give an introduction to the chief guest. Welcome, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, all. I take this opportunity to welcome our chief guest, Dr. A. Vinoth, Assistant Professor of Information Technology, Sri Krishna Adithya College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. He has 12 years of experience in teaching and research. He has published more than 8 research papers in various reputed international and national journals and also presented many papers in national and international conferences. He has acted as a resource person in various webinars conducted by different colleges in state and national level. He's also a reviewer of science publication. Also, he enriched his teaching technique by attending various faculty development programs, workshops, and seminars organized by various institutions in current trends. We are really thankful to you, sir, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to share your knowledge in this webinar. So once again, I welcome you, sir, for this webinar. Now I kindly request you to continue the session by sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, Renuka ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we are eagerly waiting for your presentation, sir. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
A very good morning to one and all present here in the online mode. So thank you to Sarada ma'am and Renuha Devi ma'am for a nice introduction and welcome address. And I would like to thank to the management, Director of Computing Sciences, Dr. Mail Waganan sir, for the invitation to deliver the webinar. And I would like to thank Dr. A. Prema ma'am for the opportunity to deliver a webinar in IoT and its application. And so, before going to the presentation, so what is the advantages of IoT? Why the IoT is need in this current situation? Yes, ma'am, sure, ma'am, I will share it. Okay, so before we enter into the topic, so what are all the advantages? Okay, what are all the why we need these IoT devices and IoT applications in today's scenario? So these are all the terms we are going to discuss now. So I will share the screen now. Okay. Yes. So Internet of Things and its applications. Okay. So what do you mean by Internet of Things and how many applications are available? So these are all the things we are going to discuss today. And before that, what is IoT? So what is the need of IoT in today's world? So IoT is nothing but Internet of Things. IoT is nothing but that is the Internet of Things. It is not a single technology. So we cannot define it is a single technology or something like that. It is a combined one. It is a combined one like internet and software, hardware, sensors. So these are all combined together and give this efficient technology that is IoT. So the Internet of Things is a network of physical objects or things embedded with electronics, softwares, sensors, and network connectivity which enable this object to collect and exchange the data. So based on these things, we can collect the data and exchange the data towards the network. Okay, right. And so IoT allows object to sense and control remotely across the existing network infrastructure. So we can able to connect our IoT devices in the existing network. So in the existing network, in the sense, suppose there is a LAN network is there or WAN network is there, or there is some internet connections is there. We can able to connect our IoT devices with the existing network infrastructure. Okay, right. So creating opportunities for more direct integration between the physical world and computer-based systems and resulting in improved efficiency, accuracy, and economically benefited. So when you apply these IoT techniques, IoT technologies, when you go with IoT technologies, what are the benefits? So the benefit is efficiency. You will get efficiency of data. You will get the improved efficiency. The level of accuracy will be very high, and economically will get benefited. So these are all some of the advantages. These are all some of the usages of IoT devices. And in the title, Internet of Things, so there is a word here, things. So what do you mean by things? So things is nothing but devices, like laptop, mobile phones, microcontroller, personal computer. So these are all called as things. So things is nothing but IoT enabled devices, IoT supported devices. So IoT supported devices are called as things. So there are wide variety of devices are available. That is a laptop, mobile phones, microcontroller, personal computer. So these are all comes under the things. So these devices are collect the useful data with the help of various existing technologies and the autonomously flow the data between the other devices. Okay, so in the Internet of Things, already I told that it is not a single technology. It is a combined technology. Like there are several sensors we are going to implement in this technology. and the sensor will generate some data, and we are going to process the data, and so there are combined technologies there. Okay, right. So why we are using this IoT? Why we are using IoT? So nowadays we are all using internet facility in our mobile phones, because the internet rates are very cheaper today compared with 10 years before. Nowadays we are getting like internet is in very cheap rate. So we are all using the internet in our mobile phones. Okay, like so that it is very easy to connect all the devices across the internet. Okay, IoT want to connect all potential objects to interact each other on the internet, provide a secure, comfort life for human. We can be able to connect all the devices. Okay, we can able to connect all the devices in the network so that we can communicate very easily. We can get the data very easily. Okay, so for example, there is a hospital sector is there, there is a bank sector is there. There are several sectors are there. Okay, so when you connect all these sectors, you will get the data in the fingertips. If you want to get the data from the hospital, if you want to get the data like bank side, okay, so the IoT enabled devices are connected together with all industries means you can get the data, you can get the information very easily. So that is what they are trying to say that. So that is why we are using IoT devices, And what are the stages in IoT? So we can divide this IoT into three categories. One is data acquisition and processing and communication. So we have to get the data from the devices. For example, I would like to give an example. Suppose you are going to calculate the temperature of the room. Okay, in that room you have installed a temperature sensor. So in the temperature sensor will calculate each and every second the room temperature. So it will calculate the room temperature each and every second. And you developed one application, Android application, to get the data in your mobile phone. Okay, so this temperature sensor will connect with your mobile phone. Always the sensors are give the data in the raw format, unreadable format. So we have to get the data from the temperature sensor, and you have to process the data into useful information into readable format. So that is called as data processing. Okay, then process the data, then you have to send the data across the network so that only we can able to use it in your mobile phone. Okay, for that purpose we are using the network or communication, data communication, right? So the first stage is data acquisition. So the data acquisition is nothing but to get the data from the sensors. So when you get the data from the sensor, all the data will be unreadable format. Okay, unreadable format or raw data. So we have to get the data from the sensor, and you have to process that particular data so that only you can get the data like in a temperature mode like Fahrenheit or Celsius. You have to get it like Fahrenheit or Celsius. Okay, you have to convert it because the room temperature sensor will not give the accurate sensor in Fahrenheit level or Celsius level. You have to convert it. So that is what the second stage data processing. Okay, and data communication is nothing but after process the data, you have to send the data across the IoT devices. For that purpose, we are using data communication, right? And the communication mode. So how the data is communicated across the IoT devices. So there are several IoT devices are available. How you are going to communicate? In this communication technique, there are three types of communications are available. That is single node to single node communication. Suppose you are going to send the data from one mobile to another mobile or one laptop to another laptop. So that laptop and mobile phone will be in an IoT enabled device. Okay, in IoT enabled devices, you are going to send the data from one device to another device. Okay, that is one-to-one communication. So if you are going to do the one-to-one communication in both sides, you have a Wi-Fi antenna, because we are going to communicate through the Wi-Fi signals. Okay, there are several modes are like Bluetooth techniques are available, and RFID are also available. Now we are going to use the Wi-Fi signal. Through the Wi-Fi signals, we are going to send the data from one node to another node. So there is a Wi-Fi transmitter is available in the first node, as well as the Wi-Fi receiver is also will be in the second node. That is another node. So that we can able to communicate very easily. Okay? And the second one is one-to-many access point and station mode communication. So it is nothing but just like a hotspot. Suppose I'm going to switch on my hotspot so that my friends are going to use my network like that. So my mobile is acting as a hotspot, or mobile is acting as an access point. So my friends are going to use my internet. So that is called as one-to-many communication. So we can send the data to several IoT devices from one access point. There is only one access point is there. From the one access point, we are going to send the data into the several nodes. So that is called as station mode communication. And the third one is multi-node to multi-node communications. It is nothing but nowadays we are all using these kind of techniques. Okay, in the help of internet. So in the left side there is a multi-node communication is available, and the right side is also a multi-node communication is available. It is nothing but multi-node is nothing but there are several IoT devices are connected together, and in the right side also there are several IoT devices are connected together. So these are all combined in the internet, so that we can able to access all the IoT devices across the network. So there are three types of communication modes: one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many communication. So how the IoT is working? How the IoT is working? So there are some of the techniques. There are some of the techniques from the sensor to user interface. User interface is nothing but when we are going to access the particular information, in what kind of devices we are using to get the information, that is called as user interface. It may be a laptop or mobile phones or iPad or tab, whatever it may be, that is called as user interface. From the sensors, okay, from the sensor to user interfaces, right? So communication and cooperations, addressability, identification, we have to sense the data, and I have to actuate the data, then embedded information processing, localization. So these are all some of the process. So how the how the sensor information is converted into readable format, human readable format. So that kind of process is called as the IoT working methods. Okay, right. And the next one, for example, they have given an example here how IoT is working. So there is a RFID signal is there. Through the RFID, we are going to get some data, and it's going to the smart tech, that is to enhance the power of the network by dividing processing capabilities to different part of the network, and it convert into the nanotech that make the smaller and smaller things have the ability to connect and interact. So how the signals are converted into nanotech. Okay, how the signals, that is RFID signals, are converted into nanotech. So that is what how IoT is working. And current status and future prospect of IoT. What is the current status and what is the future prospect of IoT? In three categories they have given here: world population and how many connected devices are available, and connected devices per person. So in 2003, there are 6.3 billion world population, and 500 million connected devices are here. Are there in connected devices per person 0.08. In 2010, the world population was 6.8 billion, and the connected devices was 12.5 billion, and connected devices per person is 1.84. In 2015, 7.2 billion world population and 25 billion connected devices, and 3.47 connected devices per person. In 2020, 7.6 billion world population, 50 billion connected devices, and 6.58 connected devices per person. So each and every person's 7 IoT devices across almost 7 IoT devices are available in each and every human in 2020. In another, after 5 years, in 2025, okay, the world, the connected devices will be doubled. Okay, it may be 100 billion, and the connected devices may be per person will be 15 or 16, something like that. So this is what the current status and future prospect of IoT. And the next one is IoT as a network of network. We can say that IoT as a network of network. How the IoT as a network of network? So here there are several industries are given, like transport, education, home, business. There are several industries are available. So each and every industry is considered as a network. So transport is also one of the industry. It will be considered as a network. Okay, so each and every industries are connected together. We can get data very easily. So these are all individual networks, and it is connected together with security, analytics, and management, so that we can get the information very easily. Suppose if you want the information about the education, you can get it. So like that, so all the techniques, all the networks, all the industries are connected together with the help of IoT, right? And how the data is converted into wisdom. For example, there is automatic share is available. Suppose you are sitting in a long time in that particular share. So automatically that share insists to you, please stand up and walk something, because you are sitting almost 2 hours or 3 hours. Please walk some distance. So like that it will insist to you. So how it is possible? Because the data is converted into wisdom. So automatically the data is each and every day, the data is calculated. So based on the data, the IoT devices will perform. Okay, so the data is converted into information, the information is converted into knowledge, and it is converted into understanding, then finally it will be converted into wisdom. Okay, so wisdom is nothing but automatically it will identify and it will work. Okay, right. Like Alexa devices, there are Amazon Alexa devices are available. Like that, the data will be converted into wisdom. So the product, the IoT product will work independently with the help of data. So that is what I have given here. Knowledge is turning data into wisdom. How the data is converted into wisdom. Right. So in the future of IoT, there are 50 billion machines become connected. So here the brilliant rail yard here and brilliant hospital, power station here, and factories also here. So each and every industries are connected together through the internet, so that we can get any information in our mobile phone and unlock the massive potential of IoT. So that is improved performance. These are all some benefits. So when you go with IoT devices, these are all some of the benefits. That is improved performance and reduced the cost, new revenue stream, creative and innovative services. These are all some of the benefits of IoT devices. Okay, so the next topic is applications of IoT. Okay, so what are the applications are available, right? So some of the few applications I have given here, building and home automations, manufacturing industry, medical and healthcare systems, media, environment monitoring, infrastructure management, energy management, transportation, and better quality of life for elder people. So these are all some of the applications of IoT, right? So in the home or consumer level, there are some of the applications I have given here. Light bulbs, so automatic light bulbs. So based on the environment or based on the time, we can switch on the light on and off. Okay, automatically we can able to switch on the light on and off. And security. So through our mobile phones, we can lock our home. from the remote location. So these are all some of the applications. And pet feeding, there is automatic pet feeding. I have given a demo for pet feeding in the next slides. So pet feeding is nothing but automatic pet feeding. So based on the time, the IoT device will give a will give a feed to the pet. Suppose you went to outside for 2 or 3 days, but in your home there are some of the pets or dog or cats are available. So how you are going to give the food for the pet? So through this automatic pet feeder, we can able to give the food in the time manner. And irrigation controller, smoking alarm, and refrigerator, infotainment, washer or dryer, stove, energy monitoring. These are all some of the home and consumer level of applications. And transport mobility. So if you come with the transport industry, traffic routing. So we can identify the traffic, so where the traffic is available, in which location the traffic is very high traffic is available. So we can identify the traffic level in the city, and based on that we can schedule our travel. Okay, and telematics, package monitoring, smart parking, then insurance adjustment, supply chain, shipping, airlines, trains. There are several transport mobilities, transport level IoT devices are available, as well as and the next one is health. So health level, patient care, elderly monitoring. Suppose there is some elder people who are lonely in the home. Suppose any emergency for that elder people, means automatically the IoT devices will identify and send the message or send the call to the nearby hospital or nearby police stations for help for the elder people. So these are all some of the IoT devices. And remote diagnostics, equipment monitoring, hospital hygiene, bio-wearables, food sensors. So these are all some of the health-related IoT applications. And building-related IoT applications are security, lighting, electrical, transit. So I have given some of the building infrastructures level IoT applications. And the last one, cities industry. So industry level IoT applications are electrical distributions, maintenance, surveillance, waste management systems. So these are all some of the IoT applications. And the first one is smart cities, smart parking. So in which area, suppose you are going to start your journey from your home, means you have to monitor the parking level, and you can able to monitor the traffic level of the city. So you can everything you can monitor and plan your travel, plan your journey. And structural health. So we can able to identify the vibration and material condition of the bridges, the buildings, historical monuments. We can able to identify the structural health. And noise level of the particular area, we can able to identify the noise level and traffic congestion. Smart lighting, intelligent and weather adaptive lighting in street lights. So based on the time or based on the environment, automatically the street lights are switch on and switch off. Okay, for example, in the morning 6 o'clock, the street lights will be automatically off, and as well as evening 6 o'clock, the street lights will automatically switch on. So this kind of smart lighting is also possible in IoT applications. And the waste management. So nowadays the waste management is working properly in our country. That is like there are some of the automatic sensors available in the garbage cans. So these cans will send a message to the garbage vehicle, because suppose if the garbage cans are filled with garbages, it automatically it will send the message to the garbage vehicles, so that the vehicle will come and collect all the garbages in the cans and collect it and dispose it. So this is what the waste management. And smart road, okay, intelligent highways and with warning messages and diversions, climate condition and unexpected events like accident, traffic jam. Okay, so all the information we will get it through the IoT devices with the help of smart road. And the smart environment. So in the smart environment, forest fire detection. Suppose there is a fire in the forest, we can be able to identify. Suppose in the forest there is IoT devices is enabled, means it's available, means the IoT devices will identify the forest fire detection. Automatically it will send the nearby stations. Okay, forest office station. It will automatically send the message. Okay, then air pollution. So air pollutions, control of CO2 emission, factorial pollution. So what is the conditions of air? So how much amount of CO2 is available in the air? So like that we can able to calculate. And snow level monitoring. How much of snow is available in that particular country, in particular area? And landslide and avalanche prevention, monitoring of soil moisture, vibration, dangerous burden in land conditions, so earthquakes. So these are all the conditions we can able to identify. And smart waters, in the smart water, we can able to identify the water condition, how much of chemicals available in that particular water, and how much of in what is the conditions of the particular water. It is right for drinking water. It is so something like that. We can able to do that in smart water technology. And swimming pool remote measurements. So what is the water level of the swimming pool, and what is the conditions of the swimming pool? Like that we can able to identify. And pollution level in the sea. So how much of pollution is available in that particular sea? So that is what we can be able to identify using the IoT devices. And river flood level. So suppose there is a flood in that particular river, we can be able to identify the flood level of the rivers. And in the retail monitoring, intelligent shopping application, we can be able to we can be able to develop the IoT application, automatic shopping applications using the IoT devices. Marketing is also, we can do that using the IoT devices. And in the industry, indoor air quality, then temperature monitoring, merchant-to-merchant applications. So these are all some of the industry-oriented IoT applications. So when you come with agriculture, so in the agriculture, we can able to install and we can able to monitor the soil moisture and fertility level and irrigation in the dry zones of the water resources required in the green and water management. So study of weather condition in field to forecast ice formation. So these are also comes under the agriculture. Then animal tracking. So animal tracking is nothing but we can able to identify, suppose if you attach that IoT devices in that particular animal, you have to identify the animal tracking. You can able to identify the animal's body health. So everything we can able to do that. And security and emergencies, perimeter access control, radiation levels. So these are all comes under security and emergencies. And daily life, remote control appliances, switching on and off remotely appliances to avoid accidents and save energy. So nowadays there are several air conditions are available. Like we can able to switch on our ACs from the office itself. Suppose we are going to, we are coming to the home. In half an hour before, we have to switch on our AC from the office itself. So if you switch on the AC, automatically the AC will switch on in our home. So when you come to the home, the room will be cool. Okay. So like remote control appliances, like there are some of the fridges also available. We can monitor the temperature level of fridge. Okay. Then sensor-based furniture. It will warn you for your health cue. Example, while you sit for a long time on a computer desk, it will warn you to stand up and walk around for some distance. So that is called as automatic sensor-based furniture. So if you sit in that chair long time, automatically it will warn you, please you stand up and walk around some distance like that. And energy and water use. So energy and water supply consumption monitoring to obtain advice on how to save cost and resources. So like that we will get it. And so this is what smart parking. Okay, there are 41 billion US dollars by providing visibility into availability of parking spaces across the city. So residents can identify and reserve the closest available space. Traffic wardens can identify non-compliant usage, and municipalities can introduce demand-based pricing. So suppose we have a IoT-enabled parking app applications available. We can able to identify in which area is parking is available, in which area is suitable for parking. So everything we can able to use it using the smart parking. And the next one is efficient waste management. Already I told about that. Here is garbage cans are available. In these garbage cans, there are low-cost passive sensors available. So the work of the sensor is, suppose the garbage cans are filled, means automatically it will send the message to the cloud. So from the cloud, the message will send to the garbage truck. So the garbage truck is go to that particular location and collect all the garbages to the truck, and it will go to the like recycling plant or manufacturing plant, like that it will send. Okay, so this is what an automatic process. Okay, there are some of the passive sensors are available in the garbage can. Automatically it will send the message across the cloud network. So the garbage truck will collect the garbages from the cans, and it will go to the recycling plant and the next stage. Okay, so that is what the efficient waste management in the smart cities. And animal tracking, already I told that no, animal tracking is also one of the IoT devices. Like sensors in the even holy cow, in the world of IoT, even the cows will be connected and monitored. Sensors are implanted in the ears of cattle. So in the air, there is IoT devices here. This allows farmer to monitor cow's health and track their movements. So we can able to identify the movements of the cow. This allows farmer to monitor cow's health and track their movements, ensuring a healthier, more plentiful supply of milk and meat for people to consume. Okay, on average, each cow generates about 200 MB of data per year. Okay, that is what animal tracking IoT devices. That is what the smart shopping applications. So IoT enabled smart applications. So when entering the door, scanners will identify the tags on her clothing. So automatically it will identify. And when shopping in the market, the goods will introduce themselves. Automatically the goods are introduced. Okay. And when moving the goods, the reader will tell the stop to put a new one. Suppose there is in the stack there is no item, means automatically it will send the message to the particular stop, so that the stop will replace the items. Okay, when moving the goods, the reader will tell the stop to put a new one. When paying for the goods, the microchip of the credit card will communicate with checkout reader. So automatically, this is the automatic one. Okay, right. And how many steps have you walked today? So nowadays we are all using Fitbit or Android watch. So we are all using Android watches. So what is the benefits of these kind of Android watches and Fitbit? So we can able to calculate our steps, how many steps we walk daily, and what is the sleep level. So everything we can able to calculate. Okay, this is what the sleep level. How well do I sleep? So sleep level, whether you went a deep sleep. Okay, so like that we can able to calculate. So went to bed at 11 p.m. Time to fall asleep. Time about 20, and you were in bed for 6 or 40 minutes. The total sleep time of 6 hours and 40 minutes. So we can able to calculate the sleep level. And so from the Fitbit or Android watch, we can able to calculate the calories. So how much calories you burn, and how many steps you walk daily, how many hours you walking, and how many hours you running, how many hours in bed, and how many hours you speak with your friends, and how much of photos you have taken. Okay, then what type of music you're listening, and what type of videos are watching, and what games are you watching. So everything we can able to calculate, everything we can able to watch it, right? And the next one is thought controlled computing. It is nothing but it is the EEG headset. Using this EEG headset, we can convert all our thinking into data. Okay, what we think in our mind, all that information is converted into data. We can able to identify what we are thinking in our mind. Okay, the flagship product MindWave is a headset that can log into your computer using just your thoughts. Researchers recently used the EEG headset to develop a toy car that can be driven forward with thought. Okay, this is what advanced level of IoT. And suppose, so now we discussed about IoT applications. Suppose if you want to develop IoT applications, so there are some of the open source softwares are available to develop the IoT application. Some of the applications I have given here, that is Device Hive, Arduino, Home Assistant, Device Hub.net. So these are all some of the open source tools, open source softwares to develop your IoT applications. And suppose if you want to become a IoT developer, if you want to become IoT developer, you have to concentrate on 10 things. I have given 10 different things I have given here. First one is teamwork. So already I told that it is not a single technology, it is a combined one. So we need an expert in each and every area. For example, we need an electrical engineer, we need a mechanical engineer, industrial designer, embedded system designer, one backend developer, one front-end developer, a product manager. So these are all we need. These are all the persons to develop the IoT project. So it is a teamwork. Okay, right. And business intelligence. Okay, and after develop the product, we can do that in a marketing. For example, I develop a IoT project. After that, we have to sell that project. We need a good business intelligence people. We need that. And information security. The security is the vital role because you are going to transfer the data from one place to another place across the network. So the security is the vital role because you have to concentrate this, in the security because your data is transferred from one place to another place so that it will be secure. Okay, the Internet of Things is already suffering from several DDoS attacks. There are several attacks are available like there are several viruses are also available across the network. So you have to concentrate on security. So when you develop the IoT project, okay, then front-end design. So front-end design is very, very important because so front-end design is very, very important because when you develop application, the user will look into the front-end design only. So the front-end design will be very attractive. Okay, nothing sells if consumer can use it. The interfaces between the device and the consumer must be effective and user-friendly. It will be very user-friendly and responsive web design, dynamic visual, response to screen size, platform, and orientation. Okay, everything is look like good. Then only the user will use your applications. Mobile development. So after develop the application, it will be for Android as well as iOS. Okay, we can develop for both platforms. Android and Apple iOS are looking for developers. And hardware interfacing. Okay, hardware programming is essential. If you want to develop yourself into an embedded engineer, okay, then chip level programmers also we need to develop the IoT devices. And networking people also we need them because after develop the product, we are going to communicate through the internet, through the network. So we need a network engineer also needed. Okay, then automation. Then after develop the product, you have to automate. Okay, automate the process. That is why we need a automation and design for data. So we have to give a correct data and accurate data to the user. For that, we need a design for data and machine learning and AI. So when you apply this machine learning and AI techniques in IoT devices, it will be very efficient. Okay. So if you want to become an IoT developer, you have to develop these kind of skills. Okay. I have given 10 different types of skills I have given here. So you have to develop these kind of techniques, these kind of skills so that you will become an IoT developer. And I have given one of the examples. Already I told that like automatic pet feeder. So Arduino based automatic pet feeder, which can automatically serve food to your pet timely. So based on the time, the automatic pet feeder will give the food to your pet. It has a DS3231 RTC real-time clock module, which is used to set time and date. So by getting up the time according to your pet's eating schedule, the device drop or fill the food bowl automatically. So what are the materials required to develop this kind of project? Means Arduino board and matrix keypad and LCD screen, 16:2 LCD screen, push button, servo motor, resistor, connecting wires, and breadboard. Okay, this is what the model. So this is what the breadboard. If you want to set all these electrical equipment, you need a breadboard. The white color board is no. This is called a breadboard, and this one is the keypad, and this is the LCD, and this one is the Arduino devices. This one is the football. This is motor. So automatically, based on the time limit, it will based on the time, the food will feed to the pet. Okay, right. Finally, the Internet of Things is only tip of an iceberg. So we can be able to develop n number of projects based on your thinking level. So if you think different, you can able to develop any IoT project. There is no constraint. So there is no boundary. Okay, we can able to develop any project. Okay, that is why I have given here Internet of Things. It is only tip of an iceberg. And finally, I will play a video here. Okay.
The Internet of Things, or IoT, is influencing our lifestyle from the way we react to the way we behave. From air conditioners that you can control with your smartphone, to smart cars providing the shortest route, or your smartwatch which is tracking your daily activities. IoT is a giant network of connected devices. These devices gather and share data about how they are used and the environment in which they are operated. It's all done using sensors. Sensors are embedded in every physical device. It can be your mobile phone, electrical appliances, vehicles, barcode sensors, traffic lights, and almost everything that you come across in day-to-day life. These sensors continuously emit data about the working state of the devices. But the important question is, how do they share this huge amount of data, and how do we put this data to our benefit? IoT provides a common platform for all these devices to dump their data, and a common language for all the devices to communicate with each other. Data is emitted from various sensors and sent to IoT platforms securely. IoT platform integrates the collected data from various sources. Further analytics is performed on the data, and valuable information is extracted as per requirement. Finally, the result is shared with other devices for better user experience, automation, and improving efficiency. Let us look at a scenario where IoT is doing wonders. In an AC manufacturing industry, both the manufacturing machine and the belt have sensors attached. They continuously send data regarding the machine health and the production specifics to the manufacturer to identify issues beforehand. A barcode is attached to each product before leaving the belt. It contains the product code, manufacturer details, special instructions, etc. The manufacturer uses this data to identify where the product was distributed and track the retailer's inventory. Hence, the manufacturer can make the product running out of stock available. Next, these products are packed and parceled to different retailers. Each retailer has a barcode reader to track the products coming from different manufacturers, manage inventory, check special instructions, and many more. The compressor of air conditioner has an embedded sensor that emits data regarding its health and temperature. This data is analyzed continuously, allowing the customer care to contact you for the repair work in time. This is just one of the million scenarios. We have smart appliances, smart cars, smart homes, smart cities, where IoT is redefining our lifestyle and transforming the way we interact with technologies. The future of IoT industry is huge. Business Insider Intelligence estimates that 24 billion IoT devices will be installed by 2020, and IDC predicts that IoT revenue will reach around 357 billion in 2019, resulting in a lot of job opportunities in the IT industry. Want to become a part of the IoT revolution? Come and master IoT with Edureka.
Okay. So thank you so much for listening the webinar. And I would like to give a advice to the students. If you want to develop a project, ரொம்ப பெரிய லெவலெலாம் ரொம்ப திங்க் பண்ணி நான் பெரிய லெவலில் ப்ராஜெக்ட் பண்ண போகிறேன் அப்படிங்கிறதுலாம் இல்லை. ஸோ யூ ஹாவ் டு திங்க் அபவுட் ஒரு என்விரான்மெண்ட். ஸோ பேஸ்ட் ஆன் த என்விரான்மெண்ட், உங்கள் வீட்டில் வந்து ஏதாவது ஒரு ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் டிவைஸ் பண்ணலாம், அல்லது நீங்கள் படிக்கிற இடத்துல உங்கள் காலேஜில் ஏதாவது ஒரு ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் டிவைசஸ் ரெடி பண்ணலாம். ஸோ யூ ஹாவ் டு திங்க் அபவுட் லைக் தட். ஓகே, ஸோ ஒரு ஐஓடி டிவைஸ்னால் ரொம்ப பெரிய லெவல் ரொம்ப செலவாகும், நிறைய ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறது கிடையாது. ஸோ உங்கள் என்விரான்மெண்ட்டில் உங்களோட நீங்கள் இருக்கிற இடத்துல என்ன ப்ராஜெக்ட் டெவலப் பண்ண முடியும் அப்படிங்கிறத ஜஸ்ட் திங்க் பண்ணுங்க. பேஸ்ட் ஆன் தட் யூ ஒர்க் ஆன் இட். ஓகே, தெர் ஆர் லாட் ஆஃப் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் ஆர் அவைலபிள், தெர் ஆர் லாட் ஆஃப் ஜாப் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் ஆர் அவைலபிள். ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.
Thank you so much, sir. It is a very, very useful and a very good session, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Sir had given a very good introduction and about the current trends of IoT and its future perspectives, and he had given 4 case studies on different platforms, starting from agriculture to smart cities, everything. It was a very, very nice session, sir. Thank you so much. One of the very important characteristics of a student is question. Let the students ask question is the phrase by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, former president. So we are encouraging the students to get clarified through questions, if any, to the guest. Students, if you have any questions, you can post it in the message chat box.
If you have any question, please ask me or post it in the chat box.
Students, do you have any questions? If you have any questions, you can raise your questions through chat box, or you can ask. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. I think there is no questions from students, sir. Now I request Mr. Balamurugan, sir, to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, madam. Happy morning to all present here. It is privilege for me to deliver vote of thanks on behalf of management, staff, students of Department of Computer Science, School of Computing Sciences, Vels Institute of Science, Technology and Advanced Studies. I am thankful to our Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor and Vice Presidents for their encouragement and support for organizing such type of webinar in a periodic manner. It is my duty to express my thanks to our Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Controller of Examination for their idea and suggestions that help us to organize this webinar in a organized manner. I tender my heartfelt thanks to Director and Head of the Department, School of Computing Sciences, Dr. Mailwaganan, for his involvement and encouragement to organize this event. I am happy to spell my sincere thanks to the organizer and all faculty members of Department of Computer Science for their effort to conduct this webinar in a successful manner. It is my duty to express my gratitude to Dr.A.Vinoth, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, Sri Krishna Adithya College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, for accepting our invitation and deliver wonderful session about IoT and its application. Sir, I assure that it will benefit to all participants. Thank you very much for spending your valuable time with us and deliver a nice presentation, sir. Finally, I express my thanks to all the participants for attend their webinar in an enthusiastic manner. It inspires us to organize more number of webinars in future. Once again, I thank all for successful completion of this webinar. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Balamurugan, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Balamurugan, sir. He is an assistant professor from the Department of Computer Science, Vistas. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vinoth. Thank you, Vinod sir. Thank you so much. It is a very wonderful session. I think most of the students had a very good idea about IoT. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.